Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman.
And hello, everybody. So happy to have you here. Today, we're going to be talking about trusting your vibes all the way, the importance of that in manifesting your perfect clients, the best opportunities for your business, your life, maybe your spouse or your wife. So I'll share some stories here about trusting your vibes all the way and setting yourself up for all great things. And by trusting your vibes all the way in each moment. So what I found is that in asking people this question recently on social media too, uh, and I've asked it before, is, hey, how are you doing on trusting yourself all the way? And if you're not, are you trusting yourself all the way? And there's a lot of people that, a number of people anyway, that said, basically, no, they aren't trusting themselves all the way. And that they are tending to go with their programming or their head or their ego, or they feel like they've made past mistakes based on what they thought was their intuition, and now they don't feel like they can trust themselves anymore. So I really feel, though, that when you trust really your vibes all the way in each moment, that you just can't really go wrong. And it's usually when we're just not trusting our vibes or our intuition is where we experience the suffering. So that I want to talk about this from a standpoint of something deeper than just like immediate results. A lot of times we're so conditioned like a microwave kind of manifestation. Like, if I don't get the results instantly, then we could do better, and it's not good enough, and faster and stronger and better. So what I'm here to talk more about is relieving all your unnecessary suffering so that the highest is perpetually unfolding for you in your life, even if you are experiencing a challenge. So what I mean by this is, for the people that feel like you've made mistakes, like you thought you were trusting your vibes and you're having a good time, and all of a sudden you got ripped off, or you got hurt in a relationship, or I see a lot of people that run into trying to live in their joy, and then they have an experience of a feeling like it was taken away, or you started that new business and it didn't work out, or whatever it is. You felt like you're trusting your vibes, you're filled with amazing energy, and then something like just felt like it crushed it on the dime. Uh, and then we suppress our inspiration. We suppress going with our intuition, our vibes. So, and then we get in the cocoon of trying to protect ourselves, to keep ourselves safe, keep our, if we have families, keep maybe our families safe, because we don't want them to suffer based on a mistake we might make. So we make, again, a more heady choice, a more safety based choice, and we don't just trust our vibes on what really would serve the highest, or what really just wants to happen. So when it comes down to just on a moment to moment basis of trusting your vibes, I find that when I ask people if they're doing that, and I ask myself that too, but when I ask people if they're doing that, sometimes people, the spiritual entrepreneur might say, oh, well, yeah. But then if I really examine it with them, they're probably not. So how much are you willing to just trust your intuition, trust your vibes, and just go with what you know to be most deeply true? So the way I like to do things is I come up with plans. I've written plans for things in my life. I do a lot of traditional things that people talk about doing for success. And so I have all those I do those sorts of things. I don't want to say I do all of them because who knows what's all of them. There's so many books written on success. So so I do all these things, but then I really hand it over to source at every moment to just give me the signal of what wants to happen. And whatever feels like is the truth and what wants to happen is what I go with. So even if I have all kinds of lists of things to do for a day, or the first thing is what am I getting right now to do? And I do everything like that. And when I teach classes, when I work with clients, it's all based on the sense of the divine download in each moment. And maybe a number of you resonate with that and feel you're doing that. But I find many of you realize you're not really doing that. And so just a matter of realizing, okay, I need to trust myself more. I need to trust the vibes I'm getting. And even if it's you have the experience of getting it wrong, it can't be wrong. There's something right about it when you're really trusting your deeper intuition, those vibes that you're getting through your intuition. There's always something to it. There's a reason why it always is right for you, even when it seems like it turned out wrong. Maybe it led to a lesson for you that's really important for your life. Whatever it is, you have lived through it. And chances are, I mean, in most cases, um, psychologically, it may have impacted you, but usually it hasn't left any other sort of damage in most cases. Sometimes it might be a physical thing, but uh, that's a whole other subject to get into about that and those aspects. But my point is, there's certainly no permanent damage to your soul, certainly at all. Some people may feel that's true, but it's not. So you're a whole and you are well always. And so whatever choice you've made, they've been okay. They've been perfect. They've been exactly the right ones for you. So, and I want to say is if you haven't been trusting your vibes and then you keep going and dipping into things that aren't working out so well for you, even though it's not the wrong choice because you can't ever get it wrong, it may just keep you stuck into energies and patterns that just don't feel very good and um, are not optimal, not for the highest in that regard. So you want to start trusting your vibes and then making bold decisions, making decisions that might even feel like you're procrastinating, being lazy at times. Both, like lightning bolt thunders, strike on things, so to speak. Let's do it right now and at the utmost. And also, it might mean just meditating. It might mean taking a day off. It might mean taking a week off. It might take a retreat. It could mean, it's time to write your book today and finish the whole thing. It could mean so many different things. So following that intuition just is going to tell you, what's really needing to happen next. Um, and different energies will arise within you along the way. So trusting your vibes too is you might get a feeling like there's different times for different energies. So sometimes you might feel really mellow. You got to trust those vibes. Okay, it's time just to be mellow right now is the feeling I'm getting. Then all of a sudden something might rise up where, no, it's time to change everything. And I'm not wanting to do what I've been doing lately anymore. So we're faced with this as light leaders, as world-changing conscious entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs. We're faced with the opportunity to decide to go with what we're trusting to be true for us versus what we think is in our head is the right thing, right? So you might think, well, the right thing to do here is, let's say if you're in the midst of marketing in your business. Okay, let's talk about that. So the right thing would be to do is to send out these emails and have people meet with me and see if they want to work with me. Or is to make 10 cold calls today and see how many new possible partners I can develop, or whatever it is. So you'll have a plan. You've worked out some plan, like the old school stuff, like I do too. I have it there. It's like it's a as a focus, as something I review, and um, but I don't take it entirely seriously. I got to be honest. Most of it I don't take entirely seriously because I know they're just I look at them more as suggestions rather than rules. Like I have to do these things. So, and if you get too locked into your plan, sometimes what happens is you're missing out on the spontaneity of the moment. And there could be some way greater opportunity within that than just following the rote marketing system that you have, or a marketing system that you learned from someone who has had great success helping a number of people grow their businesses to whatever heights. But then again, there's a genius in just following what you know to be true. And I really believe when we get it, we uncomplicate things and we strip everything down and get out of all our concepts. We come back to the state of nothingness that I like to talk about, really coming from a state of letting everything go, all our plans, all our concepts, just tuning in, and then just the simplest next step that we sense to take is to take that step, rather than to okay, I'm going to figure this out. Let me layer something up in a marketing campaign, and then you know, it's if the energy isn't there, it's not a connected, really most deeply connected. So if it's not most deeply connected, it's not going to land with people in the world, and or it's just not going to bring optimal results. So when we let things come in more simply, we're more patient. We wait. We trust waiting for the moment to feel right to do something, then we do it. So, I mean, I guess I would make it akin to something, so many other things like, um, well, like being in a relationship or lovemaking or things like that. Like, there's a time for each thing. So if you had a manual that says do all these things, you just acted like a robot in your relationship and your lovemaking. How do you? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. It might work here and there, but it wouldn't work for the highest. You want to utilize your intuition and be completely present and completely in the moment. I feel that is very, very severely lacking for people in their approach to marketing. Sometimes people could use a kind of a real focused machine kind of energy at times because maybe they're not taking if they're not engaging when they're really needing to engage. That's possible. That can be helpful. I'm not saying that those things are wrong. I'm just saying that I find there's much more power in being in the moment and being deeply present, and then it's just so much easier. And then, like for me, I recently did a 40-day, like almost like a Facebook challenge, and I had this with my group. This 40 days of surrendering and thriving, I believe I did mention here, and that was all just from following my vibe. That I just got like a lightning bolt kind of moment where I got to do this thing, and then it happened, and I launched my membership program, the Rock Your Sacred Purpose membership program. Launched right off of that, and that was in the works for a long, long time. But I didn't do it until it felt right. So I've also found this in relationships is in so many ways. The fun story I always like to tell is meeting my wife, Deb. I just one day, just my vibe was just like I had been looking online for my soulmate, the one. And I'm like, that's it. Tonight's the night. I'm either going to find them or not. And I just got the intuition to mix up my search criteria. In the past, I've been looking for someone that hadn't been married before, no kids and everything. And I just said, okay, I'm just open it up. Let's look at that too. And then I found my wife, Deb, because I am quite intuitive, but I feel it's available for all of us. I was insistent. I was clear. I said either it's going to happen tonight or I'm just gonna let all this stuff go indefinitely because I'm just I'm ready. I'm ready. If it wants to happen, I want to see it happen now. So I went in and um, after thousands and thousands of profiles, I found ultimately I had that day I found my wife Deb, and the rest is history. You know, we've been together for 17 years in marriage, and I have two amazing kids. And you know, she had another kid in her first marriage, and she's an amazing stepdaughter. And I've got now a grandparent to a little one from her, and it's an incredible life, and incredible life, incredible family life. And so I have that treasure because one day, of course, there's much more than one day. Once you meet the person, but in one, there's a critical day where I followed, trusted my vibes, and mixed things up. I was insistent, I was clear, yet I was unattached. If it didn't happen, I was just going to let it all go indefinitely. All the searching thing, I didn't like the searching anymore. I wanted to just let it happen, and then it did. So no matter what it is, if you're searching for the right clients, the right partners, the right relationships with people in your life, whatever it is, it's just to say that's it. Now's the time, and if it doesn't, and as you're so-called searching, you know, to either let it happen, let it happen through your insistency, or it won't happen, and that's okay too. And then you just go on and just do whatever you want. Have some fun doing whatever you want to do, whatever you're guided to do by trusting your vibes. So it's like you just party on, is how I look at it. So party on and just keep trusting your vibes. Be insistent on what you want, but then letting go of it all, and then just having fun doing what you want to do. Trusting and waiting and acknowledging and that it's going to happen or it's not. You know, I think it's important to have an equal measure of sense of like, if it doesn't happen, that's fine. You know, like just, and I always tell people too, like, because they're afraid in a business, for example, like, what if I stop making enough money or it's not successful? Is to visit your worst fears and live them internally within yourself, and see it just dissolve itself. Because when you're just observe the whole thing happening, it's like you've experienced it within yourself, so that after having that experience, you don't feel as compelled to have this feeling like you're resisting, um yeah, you don't you're not as not it doesn't have the charge to create this attachment to your desire. Then, oh, my desire is this because I want to avoid that, right? So some desires are created simply like you're like, I just don't want to be alone for the rest of my life, so it creates a desire, I want to be with someone. And then your desire is really being formed with, I just don't want to be alone, you know, I need to be with someone. And then you keep having bad relationships, or I just don't want to have no clients, so I'm just going to make sure I have clients. And then you have clients, but maybe they're not the best clients because you're just trying to avoid having a sense of loss. So instead, you know, I find the best manifestation happens when we're just like that kid in the candy store, more energy, just in a joyful, delightful energy. We're just a yes to what you want, or whatever's going to serve the highest, whatever is right, even if you're not clear in your intuition or in your head or anywhere, what is going to be right for you, for whatever it is that you're trying to line up for yourself, in your business or your life. And then just saying, well, whatever's the highest, let it happen, let it occur to me, let it manifest. And then just following your vibes to let it happen. It's a very simple thing um, to do, and so that would be an example of doing it with a specific sort of intention you have, but also just overall in your life, just trusting your vibes, following the breadcrumbs, so to speak, because totally effortless manifestation is as easier than breathing. Uh, and it's available to all of us. And source will just drop it in your lap, really will. Like it was like You'll just have a sense, oh, I think this is going to happen, something you would desire. And all of a sudden, like without even giving it any real focus, just because you were just being connected, you were just connected and being present and just aware and awake, it'll happen. So being awake and aware and being in the moment, okay, being really present and just trusting your vibes on everything, it just sets the table energetically for things to just drop in easily. And for those of you especially, that so many people that I love working with and love listening to me, they've done it the hard way. They've tried their will at things, and they've either succeeded, they mostly have succeeded in doing some great things, but then it crashed, and now they just can't do it that way anymore. So trusting this and realizing, letting go of the old sticky energy and the old ways of doing things, not being flexible. Like I was being flexible, like it's gonna be this, and then it's like, well, it's something different. It wasn't that what I thought it should be. From back then, I was coming more from my head on a lot of things. So I was just like, oh, I want this from my head, and then as I opened it up, then Spirit spoke, and then that rest was history. So you got to trust your vibes and see where they lead. And of course, you do the rest. You can set up your intentions and be clear and all these things, all of it. But today I want to talk about trusting those vibes and following through in each and every moment to do exactly what feels right, even if it's the silliest thing. Like, I don't know, I think it's just time to go get a drink of water, like, or clean out a drawer. We've all heard that one before, right? A lot of us, man, I cleaned out a drawer and all of a sudden a new client came in. Um, it could be anything, and it's just following this connected flow. Um, Boy, I just feel like meditating right now, even though I have 100 things to do. So I'm going to meditate. Whatever it is, you're just following that connected flow. And I would say, especially with interactions with people, this is so critical. This in every aspect, and in relationships with people. Trust your vibes. If whether how you're meant to engage, if you should be engaging with certain people. Be more discerning in your connections and relationships with people. In this day and age of the internet, where we're friending people and connecting with people, and I've done it too, sometimes we slip in our discernment, and we get caught up in energies that don't serve the highest. So if you really want to rock your sacred purpose and be that spiritual rock star, it's time to have bold intentions, follow your vibes all the way, the high vibes, live the high vibe life, let the highest manifest, have a great time, treat your life like it's one nonstop party, and let the highest unfold and have a great time. That's where all the great results happen. If you look at the people, again, we talk about it on the show, and that I interview many different people here on this show. People that are most successful, they're having a great time. And think about Louise Hay is like that. Never had a plan for anything, she said. Just having a good time, just following her vibes. Eckhart Tolle, just being present and things are happening. Just following, just being in that presence, and then just following what emerges. It's so simple. So that's my teaching, is around the simplicity and the state of this way of being. And hopefully something I said today can deepen you, even if some of it's just reminders for you. And if you would like to understand more about what might be creating a sense of complicating things for you that are maybe caught up in your head or your energy, feel free to reach out to me. So you can learn more about me at yoursacredpurpose.com, yoursacredpurpose.com. There is an application to meet with me, as I mentioned again and again here on the show. So take a look at that, and then I can tune into your energy and see what I sense is going on. And around any blocks around money or your business or being more visible or whatever it may be, or even something specific in your business. And Love meeting with people that have had success in other things, but are having a hard time rocking their sacred purpose right now, or having some challenges there. I'd love to meet with you. And then there's a free meditate and make money meditation there as well on that, that people are using to grow their business. Okay. Just a free meditation. It's helping in itself, has been helping people. So, all right. I'm grateful to share with you. Trust your vibes all the way on everything. And that's the tickets. That's the way to blissful success, is to do so. Okay, grateful to share with you again today. You keep on tuning in here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, and you keep on tuning in. We'll keep on rocking it here. Okay. All right. Until the next time. Goodbye for now.
You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.